earthly plane. In the physical earthly plane or realms, most activities are done during the day. Most of our activity, productivity, manufacturing, business are transacted during the day. By the time it is from 12 to 3, every company, every business is busy with production, busy with customer, responding to customer or buying and selling. Activities are busiest around 12 to 3. That is the physical plane. In the spiritual plane, activities are mostly busy. Transactions and spiritual sales takes place in the night, midnight hours. And that's why we call something as witching hours, 11:30 unto 3. That is the witching hours, the time whereby witches operate and carry out their activities. It is also the midnight. Most demonic entities operate like nocturnal animals. Most demonic entities operate in the nocturnal at night. And that's why any animal that operates at night, it can be dangerous, can always be used by these demons to carry out their enterprise. That's why birds like an owl is a dangerous animal, because an owl operates in the night. So witches, wizards, cult members, and satanic agents are easily able to turn themselves into owls to operate. Bats also like to operate in the night. So bats are also dangerous. And even some of the beasts in the forest, they do their hunting at night. So you have to understand the night season. In the physical plane, we are much more productive during the day, but spiritually, people are busy and there is a lot of transaction taking place at night. So anybody who want to master and have dominion over his or her day must master their night. If you don't master your night, you will not become effective during the day. You go to many super stores, super malls and stores. Example like Walmart, Target. You realize that it is during the night that they allow some of their workers to come in and fill the shelves and get the place ready, so that by daytime, everything is set in place for customers to purchase their stuff. In the same way, midnight hours are the time whereby a lot of spiritual transactions takes place. Midnight. Demonic activities. That's why during the midnight, a lot of initiation, people who are into cult, they are initiated at night seasons. When the moon is up, whether it's full moon or half moon, then they do their initiation. A lot of people go to the cemetery to invoke spirits at night. And that's why if you are somebody who likes to go to the cemetery and go and lie beside your dead, deceased mother or father or uncle or brother or sister, it is a dangerous thing. It is a dangerous thing to be frequenting the cemetery. Oh, I'm just going there. I'm going to my dead mother. I'm going to my dead father. I'm going to cry. I'm going to put all those things. If you understand spiritual things, it can be very deadly and dangerous. But some of you, that's your culture. You like to go to the cemetery where people are buried, not knowing the spiritual implication. The Bible says, what has the dead got to do with the living? I know it's a very sensitive, controversial place to go, but I'm telling some of you who are under serious demonic witchcraft attacks, you don't make it your lifestyle of frequenting a cemetery in the name of going to weep or remember a dead person. Because in the same cemetery, that is where a lot of demonic activities takes place at night. At night, midnight time. You may go there to say, I'm going in the daytime, to say, I'm going to sleep, I'm going to mourn my deceased mother or father or remember his 1 year. But what you don't know at midnight, that many cults, many witches go into the cemetery to invoke the bodies of deceased people and use their fame, their faces, to come and deceive their relatives in dreams. A spirit of death, listen to this, a spirit of death that want to kill you and initiate you or invite you into the realms of the dead will take the face of a dead relative from the cemetery and begin to use the face of that dead relative, of your mom or dad or whoever it is who is dead, and begin to come into your dream frequently. So you keep on seeing your dead, deceased mother or brother or sister, and you think that you are seeing the dead mother. What you don't know is that a demonic entity or the spirit of death is using the face which they got from the cemetery to as an imposter to deceive you, to lure you into the dream, to start having communication, fellowship with the dead in your dream, and to also allow you to cause you to die. And that's why we warn you that anytime you keep on seeing dead relatives in your dream, you pray against it, because the enemy is wanting to use the spirit of death to take you out. I pray that if there's anybody such that, may the Lord deliver you from the spirit of death. So the graveyard, the cemetery, is a place which is highly charged with witchcraft, occultic, and demonic activities. In the daytime, innocent, but spiritually, at midnight hours, it is a trafficking place, because many of the people who are dying, remember, they carry spirits. If a witch dies, the witch carries their spirit. Spirits don't die. A witch may die, a wizard may die, but the witchcraft spirit, which spirits don't die, will be lingering around. So now a witch dies, if they weren't able to transfer their witchcraft to a family member because they were not around, they can take it to their graveyard. Now somebody goes there and frequent that tomb. They will go there and get that spirit. And that spirit will begin to follow them and fight them or possess them. These are spiritual sensitive issues. Some of you have made it a culture, a tradition, a lifestyle. But if you are doing it and your life is not working, then you better cut it off. The Bible says, what has the living got to do with the dead? You going there to weep on a dead tomb or stone will not connect you with any dead person. Many times people go there and come back with evil spirits, evil energies, satanic monitoring spirits that fight them. I'm not saying this to everybody, but I'm saying it to somebody, because whether you like it or not, this is what it is spiritually. So let those who have ears hear what is the Spirit is saying. But some of you too, it is your tradition, so keep it up if it works for you. But the cemetery, the graveyard, is a deadly place, because a lot of initiation, a lot of spiritual transactions goes on in those areas. So these are midnight, 11:30 to 3. Anyone who really want to know how to have dominion spiritually, you must master those times. If you don't master it, you will not be very effective, because the people you are dealing with, that is it's called the witching hours, the time of great spiritual trafficking. You see demons and witchcrafts and satanic powers coming from the forest, coming from the sea, coming from under the ground. You see spirits coming from trees. Some human beings are trees. Some human beings are animals. Some human beings are marine. Some human beings are demonic entities, and they transform themselves into human beings midnight, and then by daytime they come in and mingle. And then when they are done with their contaminating humanity and destroying lives, they go back into their respective realm. We have the sea realm, the marine kingdom. We have the second heaven realm. We have the underground realm. We have the forest realm, the hills and mountain realms. There are different realms and different spirits. Even herbs, trees have spirits. Some trees have spirits. And they're able to turn themselves into different things to do different things. So I'm just saying is that midnight is a dangerous time. You got to master your midnight. And that's why anybody who learns to pray around midnight becomes effective in their prayers. You have to, and that's why some of you, the enemy has oriented your schedule to the point that you don't have a midnight, because you are always working at midnight. So how do you pray? And you have to do everything in the daytime. By daytime, they've already set their plans and plots and devices and agenda in motion. So have a way whereby you pray also around your midnight. Meaning, if you want to have dominion over the powers that are militating evil against you. Witches also meet midnight. Witches. And then in the midnight also is what we have, what is called the midnight caterers or chef. Midnight caterers. They are responsible for food. That's what we are going to be doing now.